Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, family. Today is April 12th. It is also Easter Sunday, so happy Easter to everybody. We don't all celebrate it for the same reason, but here we are. It's Easter. Happy Easter. Um, so, welcome to day 23 of our live 28-day gratitude practice. We got 5 days left, y'all. So we'll be done this Friday. Will be the last day. Maybe what I'll do is like an extra video after all of this is over, just to kind of show y'all some of my old journals and I don't know, maybe do some questions and answers. Would y'all be interested in that? Let me know. Um, so yeah, if this is your first time here at my channel, welcome. Please subscribe, hit that subscribe button. It's never too early, never too late to hit the thumbs up button on the videos. Make sure y'all do that now, as a matter of fact, and go ahead and share this video to your social media, share it with family, share it with friends. As much light and love as we can share in this time, I think is so important. So share this, share this, share this, share this. Get other folks in on the love. So if you've never been here before and wondering what it is that I do with this live 28-day gratitude practice, every single day I read a practice aloud to you all from Rhonda Burns, The Magic. Rhonda Burns did also write The Secret. That's why you see the logo here at the top. The way that this practice is designed is so that you don't need a copy of this book in order to do the practice. Because, like I said, I read a chapter or a practice aloud to you all every single day. And then I make the videos available here on my channel so you can go back at any time. You can move along at your own pace. I do absolutely recommend starting at the very beginning if you've never done this before. So even before day one, there is a prep video. Start there. You want to get as much as you can out of this practice. Why spend the whole 28 days doing a practice not to get anything out of it, right? Well, you would get something out of it. You would get the focus of gratitude, which I think definitely contributes to just an overall sense of well-being, which is important at any time. So you would get something out of it, but what if you could get even more? So start at the very beginning. That's my recommendation. It is a very powerful practice. Make sure you share it with others. And if you can get people together in a group to do it with you, you will amass that much more energy. So by all means, it's important to share, y'all. Um, so like I said, I read a chapter aloud to you every single day. If, however, you are interested in owning a copy of this book, which I recommend, right? I think it's important to build your library, whether it's your digital library, your audio library, your physical library. Books are important. Information is important. Uh, so yeah, if in fact you are interested in owning a copy of this book, you can get it pretty much anywhere that you can buy books, Amazon and so forth. But I also have a digital copy of this book. If anybody would like for me to send them a digital copy of this book, I'm happy to do that. Just shoot me your email address and I'll send it over to you as soon as I can. So yeah, need it, want it, just let me know. I'll send it over to you. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. One of the practices that we do every single day is we write out a list of 10 gratitudes and we write why we're grateful for them. Why write why we're grateful? Just because it puts more juice on it, right? If we have to think of why, then it requires us to be even more thoughtful and even more sincere about the concept of gratitude. And that's what we're trying to do, build a practice, build a routine around a consciousness around gratitude. So that just helps us to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and read a few of my gratitudes for today. Here we are at day 23. So if you multiply that by 10, we have written out at least 230 gratitudes, y'all. That's pretty powerful. So we should be proud of ourselves. So I'll read a few of my gratitudes for this morning. My theme or my focus for my gratitudes this morning was family and relatives that I'm grateful for. So I'm thankful for my mom because she gave birth to me, and without her sacrifice, I would not be here. I'm thankful for my father because without his contribution, I would not be here. And without going like too deep into stuff, I think for me, when I was focusing on doing these gratitudes, and when I'm focusing on people in my life to be grateful for, whether they are challenging relationships or they're really good and easy flowing relationships, um, the challenging relationships, when we can find gratitude in those things, I think that gratitude serves us even more deeply than the easy relationships do, right? So yeah, when I think about my relationship with my father, because it is one of the challenging relationships in my life, I remind myself that no matter what, he still made a very unique contribution to my life. And without that exact contribution, I would not exist, at least in this particular body. So whether it be genetics, whether it be his sort of style of love, if you will, all of those things were contributions to my life, and they're all important and deserve my appreciation. So yeah. So that's two. Third one, I'm thankful to grandma because she contributed fashion to my genes. I am a self-taught fashion designer. Um, and it's just something that comes naturally to me. I taught myself how to sew. I taught myself how to make patterns. I taught myself um, a, all of the aspects of fashion that I know, I taught them to myself to some degree or another, whether it's marketing, whether it's photography. I had to learn, even in photography, hey, I am still learning, angles and lighting and all of the different aspects of that. But all of those things contribute to my knowledge of and understanding of fashion. Um, but I can't take complete credit for that because to a degree, it comes naturally to me because it's in my genetics, and my grandmother was a huge contribution to that. And that's the thing that we don't realize a lot of times is that the things that we learn, the things that we understand from a knowledge perspective, we pass those things on genetically. And so that's another reason why the enhancements that we make in our lives, skill sets and things like that that we learn are even more important than we realize, because we're not just learning them for ourselves. We learn those things also for our bloodlines. So thank you, Grandma. Um, and I'll share a fourth one. I'm thankful for Grandpa because he demonstrated unconditional love to me. Grandpa was Grandma's. Um, he wasn't her husband. He was her longtime boyfriend. And so, Grandpa is not my biological grandfather, but as a child growing up, he was so close to me. I thought that he was, even so much to the extent I can remember being about 7 or 8 years old, and my father took us to visit his father, who my sister and I recognized that he looked a lot like our dad, but we had already established that grandpa was our grandfather. So we leave in his house, and me and my sister are like, Daddy, who is that? And he like, y'all don't know who that is? We like, no, who is that man? He like, that's my father. That's your father? How is that your father? Grandpa is our grandpa, So he was so close to us. grandpa, and he was my closest grandfather, and he wasn't even related to me by blood, related through love. And sometimes those contributions are stronger and greater than the blood bond that we have. But I'm thankful for that love and that experience because it showed me from a very early age that, you know, people can love you very much, like family. So I'm thankful for grandpa. Always had very positive, I have nothing but positive memories of grandpa. Grandpa passed away when I was about 19, maybe 20, when grandpa passed away. My dude. All right. So before I bust out into tears, let's go ahead and jump into our practice for today, which is day 23, the magical air that you breathe. Alrighty? All right. Day 23, the magical air that you breathe. It is quite possible to leave your home for a walk in the early morning air and return a different person, beguiled, enchanted. Mary Ellen Chase, 1887 to 1973, educator and writer. If someone had told me a few years back to be grateful for the air that I breathe, I would have thought the person was crazy. I wouldn't have made a it wouldn't have made a bit of sense to me. Why on earth would anyone be grateful for the air they breathe? But as my life changed from using gratitude, the things that took for granted or didn't give a second thought about became an absolute miracle to me. I went from sweating the small stuff in my little world and day to day life to opening my eyes and thinking about the bigger picture and wonder of the universe. As the great scientist Newton said, when I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. Those words made me think more and more about the bigger picture. It's not an accident that there's a protective atmosphere surrounding us and that beyond it, there's no air or oxygen. It's not an accident that the trees give off oxygen so that our atmosphere is continually replenished. It is not an accident that our solar system is perfectly placed and that if it were anywhere else in the galaxy, we would most likely be devastated by cosmic radiation. There are thousands of parameters and ratios that support life on Earth. All of them are on a knife edge, and their fine tuning is so critical that a fraction of the distance, if any of these parameters and ratios, would make life unlivable on planet Earth. It is difficult to believe any of these things could have happened by accident. It would seem that they are perfectly designed, perfectly placed, perfectly balanced for us. When the realization hits you that all of these things might not be an accident, and that the balance of every microscopic element surrounding Earth and on Earth is in perfect harmony to support us, you will feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for life because all of it has been done to sustain you. The magical air that you breathe is not an accident or a fluke of nature. When you think about the enormousness of what had to take place in the universe for us to have air, and you then take a breath, breathing air into your body becomes breathtaking in every sense of the word. We take one breath after another, another, and never give a thought to the fact that there is always air for us to breathe. Yet oxygen is one of the most plentiful elements in our body. And as we breathe, it feeds every cell in our body so that we can continue to live. The most precious gift of our life is air, because without it, none of us would last more than a few minutes. When I first began to use gratitude's magical power, I used it for a lot of personal things that I wanted, and it worked. But it was when I began to be grateful for the real gifts in life that I experienced the ultimate power of gratitude. The more grateful I became for a sunset, a tree, the ocean, the dew on the grass, my life, and the people in it, every material thing I've ever dreamed of having poured down upon me. I now understand the reason why it happened that way. When we can feel truly grateful for the precious gifts of life and nature, like the magical air that we breathe, we have reached one of the deepest possible levels of gratitude. And whoever has that depth of gratitude will receive absolute abundance. Today, stop and think about the glorious air that you breathe. Take 5 deliberate breaths and feel the feeling of the air moving inside your body and feel the joy of breathing it out. Take 5 full breaths in and out 5 different times today. And after you have taken each set of 5 breaths, say the magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, no, sorry, y'all. I assume. Thank you. You're supposed to say thank you for the magical air that I breathe. And be as genuinely grateful as you can for the precious, life giving air that you breathe. It is best if you can do this magical practice outside so you can really feel and appreciate the magnificence of fresh air. But if that's not possible, then do it inside. You can close your eyes while taking the breaths, or you can do it with your eyes open. You can do it while you're walking, waiting in line, shopping, or anywhere at any time you want. The important thing is to deliberately feel the feeling of the air going in and out of your body. Breathe the way you naturally breathe because this magical practice is not about your breathing, but about your gratitude for the air you breathe. If taking a bigger breath helps you to feel more gratitude, then do that. If it helps to make a sound or mentally say the words thank you as you breathe the air out, then do that. If you want, you can also do a variation of this practice in the future by imagining you're breathing in gratitude and filling yourself up with it with every breath you take. In ancient teachings, it is said that when a person reaches the point of being deeply grateful for the air that they breathe, their gratitude will have reached a new level of power, and they will have become the true alchemist who can effortlessly turn every part of their life into gold. All right, so let's do our review for magic practice number 23, the magical air that you breathe. Number 1, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings, write why you're grateful, reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Number 2, 5 times today, stop and think about the glorious air that you breathe. Take 5 deliberate breaths and feel the feeling of the air moving inside your body and feel the joy of breathing it out. Number 3, after you have taken the 5 breaths, say the magic words, thank you for the magical air that I breathe. Be as grateful as you can for the precious, life-giving air that you breathe. Finally, number 4, just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. And before we finish up, may I also share the one joint gratitude or joint focus or joint wish that I'm asking everybody to collaborate with me on. So on practice number 13, on day 13, you're going to extract 10 wishes from your wish list. And when you manifested a wish or when that wish has come to you, you cross it off, you write thank you, and then you replace it with a new gratitude. So the reality is you get an unlimited number of wishes from this practice. But I am asking everybody to share in with me one wish that would ultimately serve us all. And so I'm asking everybody to join in with me on it because our collective gratitude and our collective energy and power just makes it that much more potent. So that collective wish is this. It's very, very simple. I am thankful for the swift and peaceful elevation of public health, and return to daily activity. Simple. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Thank you for joining me for day 23 already of our live 28-day gratitude practice. Drop me a note. Let me know how this practice is coming along for you. Do you have any favorite practices so far that you're going to take with you, even after this 28 days is over? Check in with me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're enjoying this practice so far. And with that said, please make sure that you share this with family, share it with friends, hit the like button, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment or two, and be well. Have a magical, fantastic, amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 24 of our live 28-day gratitude practice. Peace.